Imagine this scene, a church parking lot, families waiting for food, children standing beside their parents, volunteers serving meals with prayer and compassion. And suddenly, armed federal immigration agents arrive. No warning, no privacy, no mercy. Is a church no longer a safe place in America? Has feeding the hungry become a crime? And where is the line between enforcing the law and violating human dignity? This is not just a local incident. This is a national question. What this story is about? This incident took place in Los Angeles, California, at North Hills United Methodist Church, Hispanic. Last Thursday, the church was hosting a food ministry event in its parking lot. This was not a protest, not a political rally. It was a charity event meant to help struggling families with food and support. According to church leadership, federal immigration enforcement agents entered the event while heavily armed and arrested a man in front of church members and children. The man's name, Carlos Chavez. Who is Carlos Chavez? To the church community, Carlos Chavez was not a criminal. They describe him as a regular church member, a trusted and respected person, someone deeply involved in the community. Church leaders repeatedly called him a beloved member of their congregation. They say his arrest shocked everyone present and caused fear among children and families attending the event. The church's accusation: on Monday, church leaders held a news conference. Their message was clear and emotional. They accused federal immigration agents of entering a church-organized food ministry event, being visibly armed, arresting a community member in front of children, turning a place of worship and service into a scene of fear. Church officials said this moment violated the spirit of faith, the sense of safety churches provide, the trust of immigrant communities. One message stood out. This should never happen at a church. DHSR. Espons. A very different version. The Department of Homeland Security responded quickly. DHS Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin released a statement. According to DHS, Carlos Chavez is an unauthorized immigrant. He was previously removed from the United States in 2016. And most importantly, DHS claims U.S. Border Patrol did not target the United Methodist Church or its parking lot. The government says this was a lawful enforcement action and not an attack on a religious institution. Where the controversy begins, this is where the story becomes deeply divided. Because two realities are colliding. On one side, federal authorities say the law was enforced, the individual had a prior removal record. On the other side, church leaders say the location and method were unacceptable. Children were present. A humanitarian event was disrupted. The question is no longer just legal. It is moral. It is ethical. It is human. Major questions being asked. If the church was not targeted, why did the arrest happen during a food ministry event? If enforcement was necessary, why was it carried out in front of families and children? And perhaps the most important question, should places of worship remain protected spaces in America? The bigger immigration context. This incident comes at a time when immigration enforcement is under national scrutiny. Immigrant communities are already living in fear. Churches often serve as safe havens. Historically, religious spaces have been viewed as places of refuge, places of compassion, places separate from aggressive enforcement. This case challenges that tradition. Law vs. humanity. No one disputes that laws exist. But communities are asking how those laws are enforced matters. A law enforced without compassion creates fear. Compassion without law creates disorder. The balance is fragile, and many believe that balance was broken in this moment. Impact on the community. Since the arrest, families are afraid to attend.